So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down, and a happy Tuesday to every one of you. My name is Christopher, and I am delighted that you are here. I can't get my eyes off of this wine. I just picked it up downstairs at my favorite little bodega. It's called Delicato. It's just a store that has everything. This is a 2022 Cabernet Dorsa. And this comes from the Felsengarten Kellerei Besiegheim. Entschuldigung. But this, I just opened it right before we did the New York Times Crossword. And I have got to tell you that it is just superb. It is like raspberries, fresh raspberries in a bowl, covered with raspberry sauce. I mean, it's just so fruity and pleasantly sweet on the nose, and just slight hints of vanilla in there and some oak, perhaps pushing into some minerality, but on the palate it's dry, and it's just an equally balanced between bold and light, between smooth and tannic. I'd say it's very dry, down on the tipping end of that, which is perfect for me. And as far as soft or acidic is concerned, again, right in the beautiful middle. So well finishing, and it is a deep, deep red. I'm looking at it right here with my white light, and you're not seeing anything through this. And I have a feeling that if I don't already have blue teeth, I may very well have blue teeth by the end of this grid. This is a really beautiful wine, and the halo, where the edge of the wine meets the crystal, it is just like a hot pink neon. It's just a beautiful thing. These shimmering hints of purple and violet in here. What a beautiful glass of wine. And around the 15 to 17 euro mark, kind of hard to go wrong there. A little on the pricey side, sure, but good Lord, it's so fantastic. What a fantastic wine. So 100% there. And no, these are not sponsors. I'm just being honest with you. It's a great wine. So let's hop into our grid here and see what we've got. Got a Cryptic Crossword number 29,651. Very carefully get that in there and move away. Okay, so had two 15-20 minute break-ish times today where I was waiting for one meeting to start as another one was ending, and I was playing with yet some more going back in time Cryptic Crosswords. Ever but slowly yet surely kind of getting the grip of it, what's going on. I'm really enjoying it though. This is just takes you to whole new levels of cruciverbalism. It's just really cool. So still developing latest things in better toy soldiers. And I can't. In utero would be too short, but soldiers. Still developing latest things in better toy soldiers. So I have a feeling this could be infantry, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in. My friend Brian, when he was going through officer training school, I went to officer candidate school in the Army, but he was in the Air Force, and he had the captain who was in charge of their training group. His last name was Des Enfants. I can imagine that. Captain Des Enfants. A captain of the children, right? You know, it's really interesting. So very happy controlling. I didn't want to do that, sorry. Very happy controlling line in gospel message. Well, I don't know. Lit one after my cigar. Fell over during unobjectionable music. Gonna have to have something to go. I mean, it's just so hard to start with something like that. I just need a little bit of something. Maybe I should try my downs with the infantry. Decide not to meet comedian. So if you're talking about decide not to meet, you could be standing up someone. If you're talking about a comedian, you would talk about a stand-up. So that gives me something to play with. So very happy controlling line and gospel message. And we got 2, 3, 2, 3, and 5. I'm just going to put down on top of the world. And now I have the carpenter stuck in my head. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. Yeah, that's awful. Lit one after my cigar. Okay. Let me move the right thing up this time. Unions reveal bit at work requiring lots of work. No, I don't know what that is. So when speaking, the writer was hard, being 20. When speaking, the writer was hard, being 20. Okay. Indicators to assess Groucho on the radio. Nasty, uncovering lechery in extreme cases. I'm going to go with ugly. So, dismal, cold house. I avoided one out of many. So dismal, cold house. I avoided. So that could be an igloo, but you take the I off, and then one out of many. So maybe an, to indicate one, like, it's like like an indirect article, so maybe gloomy. And it may be small potatoes to you master UK solvers out there, but I'm very proud of that attempt, even if it's wrong. I'm proud of that attempt. So let's see here. Get over, find the right mouse. I've got only 3 of them on this desk. Source of floral stuff repurposed in banal decorating. Well, I have no idea just yet, but that sounds interesting as all get out. Deceptive stuff in newspapers supporting donkey being introduced to peach. Well, deceptive stuff in newspapers is 5, 3, and 7. So that's maybe smoke and mirrors. I'm not sure how that has anything to do with supporting a donkey being introduced to beach, but that's for me to figure out later, I suppose, because, So I guess indicators to assess Groucho on the radio could be waymarks. So, because indicators to assess, so Groucho on the radio, so way marks. So it's like a homophone, right? You would have WEIGH and then MARX. I like it. That's clever as all get out. And this is that source of floral stuff repurposed in banal decorating. But see, we've got 9 and 6. So this tells me we're talking about a botanical garden. And that sounds like I'm very sure of it. Please do not think of me as being very sure of it. I just think it fits. Okay, chap's court case involving old college at various points in the past. When speaking, the writer was hard, being 20. I'm wondering if this isn't an eyewash, is what I'm asking here. So if I get eyewash, but so when speaking, the writer was hard. So I was H for hard. Don't understand the being 20. And I don't even know if I'm even going down the right rabbit hole as far as this clue is concerned. I don't even know if it's right. But Chap's court case involving old college at various points in the past. And so this looks like it might be historical, so maybe his story? I mean, his historic, oh, I don't know. But I feel kind of good about historical. If I can get 2 letters, most of the time I can figure out what's going on. I mean, it just takes me a minute, but it's so difficult on these because it's so hard to even get anything started, you know. So NASA's concern, shots off target and rate of progress. And we've got an O here and it's 5 and 5. I'm just going to put in outer space to go with the first because that would be NASA's concern. And that I feel fairly confident with. Right to switch components by agency. That would be per pro, perhaps. Pro consumption, whatever it was, the PP, to say that something is signed, you know, procurium, maybe? I can't remember. Courage shown by former king going to Troy. I think this is grit. How that works into the king, other than maybe it could be George the Third, maybe, or George the First. I'm looking at that RI, wondering what that could be. Bears seen around river beaches. Beaches, maybe strands. Don't know what's going on with the bear. These will take time. Sorry about moving that all the time. I'm not trying to. It's just I'm just trying to move this to get to the clue. Quickly reduced claim with staff being cut. I don't know. We got a couple of letters here now. So, restaurant quiet about wood floating on river. Oh. I'm going to go with the restaurant. I'm going to just put in here a steakhouse because I'm not sure what that's all about, but I think it's really clever. Pangakupu. This is a fabulous, fabulous grid. You have done such a nice job of setting this. Oh, no, I don't know what that is either. Unions reveal bit at work requiring lots of work. Anything here yet? Fell over during unobjectionable music. No, don't know. What was that again? Oh, yeah, no idea. Nonconformist, mostly tucked into quantity of wine, employing a bit of brain. Okay, maybe. No. Quickly reduced claim with staff being cut. just need something to go start on with here. So nobody acceptingness rippling. Rubbish. So nobody acceptingness. Rippling though. So nobody accepting, so none-ness, rubbish, nonsense. I don't know. It fits. Isn't that good enough if it just fits? Oh, right to engage in study. Turning into this. Right to engage in study. Turning into this. Are we talking about a nerd here? If so, that's funny and clever. Small piece, not advisable for swell organ. So with this L and then 3 blanks and an R, so maybe it could be a liver, but the small piece, not advisable for swell organ. So well organ. So we take that S and we put that in front. The small piece could be a sliver. Okay. Unions reveal bit at work requiring lots of work. So you know what I think this is? Honestly, I think it's that whole requiring lots of work. And I got a little hemmed up. I was thinking something to do with labor, but I keep forgetting about the U. Now I remember, so this could be labor intensive, which is pretty exciting, actually. So then we have a nonconformist, mostly tucked into quantity of wine, employing a bit of brain. And I think this may be a cerebellar. I think that's an AR at the end. I don't know. Could be wrong. So quickly reduced claim with staff being cut. And but first, this cerebellar. So you got a nonconformist, mostly tucked into quantity of wine. I mean, if you were talking about maybe it's just like maybe a switch from the C to the B, so it's like a cellar. But you're talking about a nonconformist and employing a bit of brain. So that's where I was thinking maybe it's cerebral or something along those lines. But now I'm playing into the and then quickly reduced claim with staff being cut. But quickly reduced, or quickly, versus a reduced claim with staff being cut. But quickly, and you know, I am a musician, so maybe we're talking about allegro. That fits with that part of it. Aerospace work, shock European attempt. Shock European attempt in aerospace work. And so, I mean, I would, even if I'm trying to make sense of the clue. I see rocketry in here, but I guess this could be rock. E for Europe, and then it says the attempt, so this could be to try. I mean, I'm going to start grinning at myself. I'm feeling pretty good about this. So, fell over during unobjectionable music. I don't know, but if we're talking about unobjectionable, I guess it could be, we think middle of the road, but then fell over. So the O, so it could be a more, I mean, I guess. And lit one after my cigar. And I don't know. I mean, I don't understand that clue at all. But this looks like a Corona, you know, Spanish Crown, Mexican beer. Ring around the eye. Crown, right? You know, so I don't know. Let's see what we did here. Let's see. How did we do, Bob? I don't know if I have to check all these now. Looks like we did okay here. So, yeah. Okay, so Pangakupu, which I think is Maori. I don't know at all what it means, but I can assure you I'll be looking that name up immediately following the close of this grid. But Pangakupu, beautiful job of setting this grid. This is wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. I love every bit of this. Couple of them were extremely, extremely clever, but the ones that really got my goat here, if you will, I loved Pair Pro, I loved Waymarks, and I loved Rocketry. But it was all just on top of the world, so to speak, right? And a bit labor intensive, I might add. There were times when I felt like I was in outer space, but it wasn't nonsense because I had a sliver of cerebellar grit to play with. To you, Pangakupu. Let's go ahead and bring down our Bannier Dadu. Okay, fantastic work by the setter. Just amazing. So very well done. Loved this, every bit of it. And I'm liking that I'm getting a little bit better with them. But yeah, these are extremely challenging, and there's no question about that. With that said, until we see you tomorrow, you get a chance to pick up a bottle of this fantastic wine, jump on it. I don't know if you've ever had a Cabernet Dorsa. I have not. And it's good stuff. So give it a try out. And until we see you tomorrow, be especially kind to those neighbors and those friends and those strangers behind you in line. Ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Cin-Cin.